We're live for real. We're at Faidley's in the beautiful Lexington Market. I don't know what this is the beginning of a crazy 40-week journey that we're going to be doing here. I tell you what, I'm at Faidley's where I've been many, many times. We've done many shows here, just never live. We are live. It is a Monday morning. It is a cup of Super Bowl week. We've been calling it Super Bowl week for many, many years. But it is a cup of Super Bowl week. And we're going to be at Faidley's today. We're going to be at Costas tomorrow. We're going to be at Coco's on Wednesday. We're going to be at State Fair on Thursday. We're going to be at Pappas on Friday. It's real simple. You come down, you bring us a cup, you bring us soup or oodles and noodles or canned goods or dry goods, things we can use for the Maryland Food Bank and locally through the Grace and Hope Mission is going to be a little later on today. And we're going to give you a free cup or bowl of soup. So if you're out listening on the AM 15 airwaves, love you, appreciate you. If you're out on the stream, we will have video and audio of all this stuff up. But I'm beginning with the defending champions, the Faidley's family. And, of course, first things first, we didn't make the Super Bowl. Will is here and Lori's here. We did not make the Super Bowl, which was, disappointing because I thought, that was going to be the reason we would be here doing this. But then Damie gets jury duty to start the show. So we thought so Lori is here. She's part of the management team here at Faidley's, making the move over. Will is one of the family members, one of the so you're a Han, right?
Yes, I'm Damie's son.
You're not a divine. I'm always trying to figure out the divines and the Hans, right?
Divines are my grandparents. Yeah.
Okay, all right, just making sure. And you are the why aren't we at the new market? Have we figured this out yet? Do you want to answer for that one? Because, like I said, we're going to be in the new market. And I said to Damie, I'm like, it's going to take longer than you think, and it does. It did. We're almost there. I was over there.
It still is. We're really close. There's a lot of things to do. And we've been really busy here doing our best to really make it everything we know that it can be. And it's just been a complicated process because we're working on our other project simultaneously over in Catonsville as well, the Fishmonger's Daughter. And it's
everybody asked me about that. Yeah. When's Kate? You still coming to Kate?
We're still coming to Catonsville. Of course, we're still coming to Catonsville.
All right. Well, give me the lowdown on that.
We've just been stretched a little bit thin, dealing with two things at once, where we expected this to be sort of staged, where we would be the new market, this would be set, and then we could move over and then focus on fishmongers.
You were always going to be the last piece that moved into the market, the new market, right?
No, well, I thought we were supposed to be the first a few years ago, but it's okay. Things don't always happen according to plan, and we just adapt and do the best we can.
I had to tell everybody, the mural is there, right? You have this beautiful mural, and when I went there, I'm like, is that going to be outdoor seating at Faidley's? And yeah.
Yes, it is.
So, I mean, after all of the years here, and it's good talking to you. By the way, Lori, how are you?
I'm doing great.
As I showed up at the door today, and she's like, "Are you Geddy Lee?" And I don't. I've been getting a lot of that lately. What is going on with the Geddy Lee thing?
I think it must be the little.
It's the soul patch.
Yes,
it's the soul patch,
and the hair,
and the hair,
and the hair.
Right.
It's the build.
It's the rugged good looks.
Yeah.
It's the jeans I wear because Geddy wears jeans.
Yep. All of it. It's all of it.
Everybody thinks that if you didn't know me, you think my hair's always been this way. This is plague hair. I grew this hair. My hair was as short as his in March of 2020. If I show you the picture, I took a selfie, and it was sort of like for a lot of people, it was the Last Supper, March 13th. I have that selfie of the night I was out on 2020. My hair was short like yours. And then it started to grow. Couldn't get it cut. Paul, by the way, gentleman's gentleman. We got speaking of people at the door. We got to let in. Gentleman's gentleman is my hair stylist, and I didn't see him for a year and a half. He watched my hair grow. The guy who cuts my hair for 20, guitarist in my band. He's watched my hair grow on Facebook, and he's like, "When are you getting in here?" And the first 6 months, you couldn't get a haircut, right?
Right, no.
So then after that, it got a little long, and my wife's like, "Hey, maybe you should put some product in there, And then I just kept it. And now people think Geddy Lee. I never thought there would be a day in my. You're not the only one. You're the second one this week.
I'm telling you, you walked through the door, and I was like, "Oh!"
I have a Rush. I have a Rush. A Rush sweatshirt that I wear all the time. It's sort of like my piece. So But
I have a Rush tattoo.
Have you read the book yet?
I'm halfway through. I'm savoring it. I'm savoring
Everybody's
it.
talked so great about the book.
It's fantastic.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, so I'll be getting that. That's My Effing Life, not My Effing Life, Getty's Life. We're at Faidley's. Please come down if you're listening on AM 1570, you're listening on our stream. I decided to do this with our clients. People say, what's the crab cake tour? What's your favorite crab cake? The one I'm eating, generally. Today, it's going to be Faidley's. It's going to be delicious. And my wife's favorite crab cake is Faidley's because she's mustard forward.
Yeah.
So we're getting some, and by the way, your mac and cheese is the best. Like, people don't brag on your mac. That's just sort of the secret weapon here at Faidley's, I think. But I've been coming here for 7 years doing the show. We started with Baltimore Positive. Then we did the crab cake tour. And the situation with the Ravens, I'm not going to belabor that. If anybody wants to send Chad Steele an email and ask him why we're in Baltimore. But I've decided I'm pleased to be here.
Of course.
It was in the upper 30s in Vegas this morning. I'm just so you know. So I've done 27 Super Bowls. And when my name was poisoned with the NFL by the Ravens have called around and poisoned my name. So I'm now not allowed to do this on Radio Row. And I said, I'm going to do something good for the world. We're going to figure something out. So what am I going to do? I said, I'm going to do a week devoted to charity because I've been wanting to do that. And I thought, well, wouldn't that be something if we could do that? And I said to my son, I want to do this charity thing. I want to get 100 charities here. By the way, American Cancer Society will be here first. I mean, I could go through the list of let me go through the list of our guests today because we're going to have Brock Yetzo from the Ullman Fund. We're going to have Bill McCarthy from Catholic Charities. We're going to have Yvonne Terry from Baltimore Outreach Services, who I've donated to. They're located in the church down in Otterbein. Michelle Bresnick-Walsh will be here from There Goes My Hero. Grace and Hope Mission. James Parker Bond. And Wendy Bronfein are going to be here from Curio. Derek Johnson, CEO of Preparing for Tomorrow. We got people banging on the door. Can we grab that? Because we're not even open. Beth Reingold's going to be here from the Greater Baltimore Chamber of Commerce. Ayanna Freeland from St. Francis Center. Noelle Patterson's going to be here from Barks. I don't know if she's bringing dogs or cats. I love my cat. Casey Kerr is going to be here today. Turnaround Group. Also Enoch Pratt and the United Way. So that's just today. I got another list like that the next couple of days. So I've dedicated this to charity. And much like Damie, I have a smarter, more handsome son than I. And I called my son back in Thanksgiving, and I said, I'm going to do this thing Super Bowl week. Give me an idea. Mm-hmm. And my son said, Dad, it's Super Bowl week. You're going to do this crab cake tour. They all have, like, the greatest crab soup. Why don't you do a soup promotion?
I think it's a fantastic idea.
And I said, all right. So I started to think, like, soup and bowl, and a bowl of soup.
Yep.
And sometimes I only want a cup of soup. Sometimes I don't want a whole bowl. Sometimes that cream of crab, a little heavy for me. So I said, we're going to do a cup of soup or bowl.
Yeah.
I figured that'd catch on. So we're going to call this Crab Cake Row. So this is the beginning of Crab Cake Row. I should invite Pica over because Pica usually begins my Super Bowl week. You know what? I'm gonna send him a text, get him out of bed, drag him over here, find out where he is Super Bowl week because Chris Pica lives in South Baltimore. He's been my Kemosabe. But you guys are my Kemosabes. Laurie's here. Will is here from Faidley's. All right, so what's the temperature for the new market? Because I was here with Damien, I was here with Laurie. A lot of the stuff's missing. If people are familiar with the scene in here, almost all of the pictures and the murals and the hangings that I think your grandfather spent most of his life accumulating, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
There are signs that have been here for 60, 70 years, literally hanging in one space in this space. More than your lifetime or mine.
I wonder if some of those are even a little bit older than that, to be honest
Really?
with you. Oh, yeah.
We've
got a few pieces of like taxidermy in here. There are old terrapins and some turtles and things like that were like over 100 years old. I mean, they've had them for a very long time. And all this stuff we've been working tirelessly, especially Damie, and restoring everything, cleaning it up, restoring. The turtles I just talked about, she re-urethaned the outside of them so they're nice and shiny and beautiful. I did a couple. I restored one of our crab mounts that we had over the raw bar, redid the lobster tail mount. I've got a king crab at home that I need to finish painting up.
And the pufferfish.
Oh, the pufferfish. Damie's got the pufferfish at home. And she's restoring a pufferfish.
I had never thought
mount.
about how much ish was actually hanging in here.
Holy moly.
Yeah, there's a lot,
what I mean?
man.
Like, there was a lot of stuff in here. And now that half of it's gone, because I walked in here last week because I didn't know whether we were going to be in the new market. I thought we were. And I came down looking for people the other day, and I went into the construction site over there, and I'm like, it looks like it's close.
It is close.
It's close.
It is really close. I mean, we just have a few more I's to dot and T's to cross. The biggest holdup right now, I think, is that our fish cases were held up. They were supposed to have shipped.
That's with the ice and the regular fish?
Well, sort of. We got some really nice glass European fish cases. One of them is actually a converted gelato case for our frozen product, and just to display everything
old school.
really well. Yeah, old school.
New, but old school.
Old school, but with a new, sleek design to kind of,
better technology.
I would just say this. I went into your space.
Searching
and
for
it's
the words.
not ready yet. I mean, there were carpenters in there. There were people, electricians. People were hanging stuff. But I went in, and I travel the world, right? So, I mean, I've seen a lot of Faidley-style turnarounds, places where when I went somewhere 20 years ago, it was in an old historic location, and they've moved into a new market, a new space across the street, or they just shut down for a little while, gutted the whole place, and fixed dining rooms, fixed kitchens, open catering, open kitchen areas, different styles. What did you want to make different over there?
So I think a good way to put it is, well, there's a few things. There's a lot of the updated equipment that we wanted to have, some of the newer technology that we know would really benefit us. But Damie actually brought my grandmother, Nancy, down here not that long ago, and she walked in and took a look at it. And she was brought to tears, and what she said was, "It's like us but brighter." So
Yes.
Damie's really nailed the aesthetic. So it's who we are. It's still Faidley's, that same feeling, but it's not in the kind of dingy old market. It's just a little bit brighter.
Well, I mean, it had to happen.
It did have to happen.
It had to happen, right? Like, this structure wasn't going to make it much longer, right?
No,
like,
it's really not.
Like, I use the bathrooms here. I'm on the floor. I mean, I see it, and it's sort of like, all right, it's... I look across the thing. It says, world-famous Lexington Market since 1782.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's time. It's 2024. It's time to move.
Absolutely. Yeah. We got this building got its use out of it.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
All right, and you're new here, right? But
I
not.
am.
Yes
You're
and
like,
no.
You're
Okay.
like in the
Also no.
family.
Yes.
So this is my nephew.
Alex
Yes.
Lifeson, right?
Yes.
Right.
I love you. And I left corporate world to come back down here and finally join the family again. I started here when I was in my 20s.
Good.
I know, like 10 minutes ago. 10 years ago. I know.
10 minutes.
So I started in my 20s. I shucked oysters and cleaned fish at the Belvedere location, and then came down to Lexington Market. And then I left and went to corporate world, and now I'm back. So, and I am so excited to be back.
We couldn't be happy to have her.
I am very excited. I'm looking forward to the new space, and going back to what you were talking about with the new space. It literally is like someone just turned the light on, and it's just bright, and it's a great feel. You still feel like you're in Faidley's. Like when you walk in, you know that you're in Faidley's. So it's not she didn't change the integrity. She kept it. She kept it all. So it really,
Well,
when
it's
you walk
got
in,
look
you
the
feel
same
it.
because of
Yep.
because of what
Character.
you've done, right?
And we put a lot of effort into this. Everything down to just the design and the layout needed to mimic and mirror what we are here, because we know that we're recognizable. We're iconic. You walk through that door and you see the sign over the raw bar, and then the kitchen over here, and then the fish side over here. Like
I took a
sight,
rockfish out of
you
here
know?
over the weekend. It was so beautiful. I put it on the internet. Listen, I got to take a break because we're on timing today, all right?
Okay.
So you guys are excused for a little while. Kitchen's going to open. I don't have crab cakes and stuff to show yet because we're early here.
We will.
But we're going to get it together here, no doubt about it. Will is here. Lori's here. They're here to serve you a cup of soup or a bowl. If you make your way down, we'd love to see you down here today. We're going to be here all week doing this. Find the schedule at Baltimore Positive. It's all brought to you by our friends at the Maryland Lottery in conjunction with Window Nation. Look at all these tickets. I've got tickets to give away. John Martin, Roz hooked me up. We have the 10 times the cash. I should pull the first one out here and do that. Also, our friends at Window Nation, 866-90 Nation. In addition to to our friends at Jiffy Lube Multicare. Got a break. I've got Vivian here. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about things. We're going to talk about cancer. We're going to talk about bad things today, but we're going to talk about good outcomes and hope, and we're going to talk about charity and community and all the good stuff we're doing. I'm Nestor. We are live at Faidley's down at Lexington Market, the old market. I can still say that for 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
I will not be singing Closer to the Heart, but by the end of the day, I may wail out Red Bark Cheddar or Spirit of Radio or something. We do have the Spirit of Radio. We're live. We're back for more. We're in Baltimore. It's a crab cake row. We're not in Las Vegas. You can't have crab cake row in Vegas. You got to be here in Baltimore. Stay with us.